Tonight we will try to bridge an event that happened during the Malchut Yavan, at the time where Yavan ruled over Yerushalayim. A tremendous event that we will mention in a few minutes. And this very interesting mitzvah of Nerot Chanukah that are Lir'otam Bilvad, we're only allowed to look at them. Something that apparently doesn't make any sense. Ma pitom, that we're only allowed to look at these Nerot. We can't use the light of the Nerot Chanukah to read a book, for example. Even a book of Torah, we're not allowed to use them. Ela lir'otam bilvad. What is so special about these Nerot Chanukah? Chachamim say that there is Or HaGanuz, the hidden light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, at the time of creation, is shining through the Nerot Chanukah. Why the Nerot Chanukah? Why not the Nerot of Shabbat? Nerot Shabbat also are very important. We're going to go back to an event that the Midrash Rabbah teaches us. At the time of the Yevanim, there was a man by the name of Yosef Meshita. Yosef Meshita was a person that converted to a certain extent to Yavan. Ityaven. He adopted the minhagim of what Yavan had to offer. And when the Greeks entered the Bet HaMikdash, they put posters all over Yerushalayim. Who wants to be the first man to enter the Bet HaMikdash and bring out something important from the Bet HaMikdash? And this Yosef Meshita, very proud to be a Greek, to be sophisticated, came to the ambassador of Yavan at that time, sent by Antiochus, and said, I want to go in. And Yosef Meshita enters the Bet HaMikdash and comes out with the menorah and gives the menorah to the Tsar, to this ambassador by the name of Bagris. When they saw this beautiful menorah, they asked him, please, now you're going to go back, bring something else. And Yosef Meshita said, no, I can't. Isn't it enough that I disappointed HaKadosh Baruch Hu once? I have to do it again. I'm not capable of doing that. So the ambassador told him, listen, we'll make sure that you don't have to pay any taxes. And we'll give you money. Go back in. And Yosef Meshita answers again, I won't do it. Isn't it enough that I disappointed HaKadosh Baruch Hu once, that I will again disappoint him? I can't do it. Yevanim told him, well, listen, we'll give you power. You'll become an important person. You will rule over Yerushalayim. And Yosef Meshita said no, and repeated again the same answer. They told him, we'll give you a city, a whole entire city, full of money. Please, go in, bring something out. And Yosef Meshita said no. They said, we will kill you. Go in. Yosef Meshita said no. They peeled his skin, wrapped his legs to a horse, and let the horse go around and around and around, so that his death should be painful and very slow. I have a question, something that I don't understand. If we look at what was going on before Moshe Mesita went in, we were talking about a man that was achzari, cruel, somebody that sold his identity, sold his religion, sold Am Israel, a man that didn't care about what was going on, a man that saw ladies jumping off chomot, from walls, with their babies, not to convert, not to bow to Yavan. He saw kids being slaughtered, women being slaughtered and abused, and he didn't care. He was proud to be the one entering the Beit HaMikdash and bringing something out. And suddenly this man, this ideologist, comes out of the Beit HaMikdash and decides to flip 180 degrees his vision, and is willing to die al Kiddush Hashem, to suffer like Rabbi Akiva, like the Aseret Harugei Malchut. How is that possible? That a person, in a matter of a minute, shifts completely from the biggest Rasha to become the biggest tzaddik. In order to understand that, we have to make a parallelism. What's very interesting is that the same menorah that Yosef Meshita took out was the menorah where the miracle of Chanukah happened. And we'll try to understand Ma tzad hashaveh, what is the connection? There is a certain confusion when it comes to identifying what was the miracle of Chanukah. Some people think that obviously it was the little pachet shemen that was lit for 8 days. But yet when on Al Nisim we don't mention as davar chashuv the adlakat nerot. What do we mention on Al Nisim? The war. The Hashmonaim that went to war, these Maccabees that went and fought and won the war. So the Maharal in Ner Mitzvah Chelek Bet explains that the real miracle of Chanukah was the Maccabees, was winning the war. 5 brothers, and in the middle of the war, 4 brothers and their father, Matityahu, went to war against the whole army of Yavan. The gathering of all the soldiers all over the provinces of Yavan. In Megillat Antiochus, the Megillah explains that Bagris, the ambassador of Antiochus, told Antiochus, listen, we need to gather all our forces in order to fight. We won't be able to take them down. There are a few people, there are big soldiers that take down thousands of people. So we're going to bring all the army, the best of the best. We will bring the elephants that go to war, protected, with towers on them. 10 soldiers that throw the keshet, right? And 5 guys, 5 brothers, went and wiped out the whole empire. This was the miracle. But says the Maharal, we can say that they had a very specific technique. They ambushed them and find a way to rationalize this miracle. Therefore, HaKadosh Baruch Hu made sure that another miracle would happen. The miracle of the oil. And so the miracle of the oil, the Chanukah, the menorah, is coming to let us know that the war was a miracle. And therefore, in order to understand what is the sod, the secret behind the Nerot Chanukah, we obviously have to understand what was the sod behind this war, behind the Hashmonaim. What made them so powerful? So it is said in Sefer HaChashmonaim that Matityahu called his sons and he said, Mi Lashem Elai. Who is for Hashem, who serves Hashem, will come with me. This pasuk of Mi Lashem Elai was said also by Moshe Rabbeinu. He was the first one who really said Mi Lashem Elai. At the time of the golden cow, HaKadosh Baruch Hu sends Moshe back from Har Sinai. Moshe sees what's going on and he screams, Mi Lashem Elai. Who serves Hashem will come with me. And the Shevet Levi came with Moshe and they started killing all the people that did this Avodah Zarah. What does it mean, Mi Lashem Elai? Mi Lashem Elai. The Netziv says the following. Who is the one that is devoted to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that doesn't have any negiot? Ve'eno oved et atzmo klal. A person that doesn't have any interest. Who is that person? That all he cares about is HaKadosh Baruch Hu. A complete devotion. The channeling of all your strength, your belief, your mind, your heart, towards one direction. Avinu Shebashamayim. This force, such a person, has the ability to go to war and be protected. And see a complete siyata d'shmaya. Become a Superman. What is that force? How do we define it? The Ramban, on the pasuk, Vashem berach et Avraham bakol, says the following. That there is a midah, there is a force that HaKadosh Baruch Hu brings to the world that is called kol. Kol means complete, means everything. Something shalem. And this force, says the Ramban, allows a person to elevate himself above nature and connect to a strength that is above the human understanding. And once that person connects to that strength, he becomes invincible. And he starts doing miracles. The Ibn Ezra in Parashat Chukat says the same thing. He says a person that connects to this koach, to this power that is called kol, can do nisim v'niflaot, can do miracles. By him, the miracle is nature. When a person connects to that kol, and we're going to explain what does it mean, well, he becomes a Chashmonai. He becomes a Levi. In today's world, he becomes a Superman. The only difference is that he doesn't have the red thing in the back. What's very interesting is that this midah is called kol. Kol, how do we write it in Hebrew? Chaf, lamed. Kaf has the numerology of 20. Lamed has the numerology of 30. Equaling to 50. Mi, we write it mem yud. And interestingly enough, mem has the value of 40, yud the value of 10, that equals to 50. Something amazing is that the yud and the mem are the two letters that are protecting the letters kol, the central letters of the 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet, is the chaf and the lamed. Before the chaf we have the yud, after the lamed we have the mem. Al pi asod, the levush, what dresses the essence, which is the kol, is called the mi. And 50 is something amazing. It's the nun share gedusha. HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world with 50 levels of kedusha. Moshe Rabbeinu as a person uplifted himself to 49 levels of kedusha. But he wasn't begeder kol. Avraham Avinu zacha to this kol. Ve'Hashem berach et Avraham bakol. Avraham Avinu had this midah that is called chesed. By him, he lived the chesed so much that his heart, his head, his actions, his interests were all connected to one goal, chesed. He was completely devoted to the chesed. The Ramban tells us that chesed by him was such a nature, was so important. Shene'esara lo bat. It was like a daughter. This midah of chesed by him was like a daughter, something very important. Every father knows that the daughter is a soft point. Something so special that our daughter, we love them so much that we're overprotective. We make sure nobody gets close to them. And they're the little queen. That's the kol. That's the me. We're going to go further. When the Bnei Israel made this Egel HaZahav, this golden cow, what did they say? Ele Elokecha Yisrael. This is your God, Israel. What did Moshe say when he saw what was happening? Mi Lashem Elai. If we take the word Ele and we take the word Mi, together it's Elokim. Baal kol hakochot kulam. Am Yisrael, us, on a daily basis, what do we focus on? On Ele. We need to see the immediate results. We need to see what's at the end of the tunnel. The me, it's not for me. The me in Hebrew is not for me in English. Right? The who, the question that doesn't have an answer, I don't want to know. I want a result. I want tachlis. When people come to me, they say, Rabbi, I want to know when. Is it going to happen or not? Don't tell me maybe. I want to know when. I want tachlis. I want tachlis. It's not enough that it will happen. We are spoiled. We have to have the immediate results, reward. We want the Ele. But when we focus on the Ele, we tend to forget the Elokim. And all we focus on is the Ele Elokecha Yisrael. Bekochi ubeotzem yadi. We start focusing and investing our strength in things that are completely irrelevant. We start to give value, importance in matters that don't matter, because we are not able to accept that there is a concept of me. The concept of me is the nistar, something we don't really understand, something hidden from us. It's a question. That's mi Lashem Elai. To see how much you're connected to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, nobody can really see. You can wear a frock, you can wear a beautiful hat, peot, a beard, skirts. But who knows if you're really Oved Hashem? Nobody can know. You can dance when you daven. And inside, everything's different. You do it for kavod. Maybe you're selfish. Maybe you hurt people. That's why the call is hidden by the me. And that's the sword of mi Lashem Elai. Nobody can say, call mi shel Hashem Elai. Because the call is hidden. We can never know how much you're devoted to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But when we say me, what are we pointing to? Whoever has the koach of this me, who accepts that there is a me, there is a who, there is a question in this world that only is in the hands of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. A person that lives with that accepts that I cannot know everything. That accept that not everything will come to me. He can get to the call. The question is, how do we do it? How do we do such a thing? The Rambam, in his introduction to Masechet Avot, tells us that the goal of every man is to make sure that he introspects himself very carefully, that he identifies his flaws and identifies his qualities, that he masters his qualities and works on his flaws, his weaknesses. And all his work should have one tachlit, one goal. La'asot retzon Avinu shebashamayim. A person should always ask himself a question. Am I close to HaKadosh Baruch Hu? Am I doing what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants from me? When I want to say something, somebody hurt me, I'm about to answer him back. Stop for a second. Ask yourself. If HaKadosh Baruch Hu was next to me, would he want me to answer back? Would he want me to fight? Would he want me to be upset? When a person does a Yetzer Hara, the person stops. What would HaKadosh Baruch Hu say? right now? He would accept me or no? What's the answer? We don't want to ask this question. We don't want to face the emet. We don't want to take responsibility and accept that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is guiding us. So what do? We close our eyes. We decide not to see the emet. And we do what we feel like. We basically say, Ele Elokecha Yisrael. Elokecha, the name Elokim, the pshat is, Baal kol hakochot kulam. All the kochot, all the powers, all the strength, all the energy in this world is HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But we don't want to see it. So what do we say? Right now I have a desire. Right now I want to do this, or I want to answer. I want to be angry. I want to be selfish. I want to be lazy. I don't want to go to shul. I don't want to help. I want to sleep. I'm angry. I want to take you down. You hurt me. I want to hurt you. All these kochot, we say, Ele Elokecha Yisrael. This is my kochot. I don't want the kochot of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Right now, I want to be angry. I want to be selfish. I want to be lazy. This is what I want. I don't want the Elokim. And all this stems from a ignorance. From a laziness of wanting to accept the me, the kol, that is in us, inside our neshama. The Maharal says that there are few ways of looking at things. There is the actual two eyes. There is eyes in the heart. Libi ro'eh. My heart sees. The kavanah is my heart feels what you're feeling. And then there's the eyes, en hasechel, the eyes of the mind. Ani ro'eh et divrei harav. I see what you're talking about. We use it many times when somebody is coming to explain, especially in yeshivot. Say, you see what I'm talking about? There's three ways of looking at things. To be zoche, to elevate ourselves, we need to unify these three kochot. We need to be able to see with our two eyes the emet. We need to be able to feel the emet, and we need to be able to understand the emet. That's when we're zoche to be able to actually see. The Chanukiah, the menorah, represented the chokhmah, wisdom, the ability to differentiate between the sheker, what is false, and the emet, what is true. When Yosef Meshita entered the Bet HaMikdash, he was a Rasha Gamur. All he cared was power. I want to be proud to be Greek. I want to show the world that I am the chutzpah, the person that believes in his koach, that believes in his strength. When he saw the menorah, he touched the menorah. At this moment, something happened. He realized that there's something above him. He realized that there's a me. It's not about Ele Elokecha Yisrael. It's not about the gold of the menorah. It's about the kedusha of the menorah. When he was able to connect his feelings, with his mind. He saw the emet. He saw the truth. And at that point, he did a total teshuvah. At that point, he was connected to what we call midat hakol, to the kol that we're talking about, to this anhaga nisit, to this power that uplifts a person to such a high level that he becomes like a Superman. And when you connect to such a strength, nothing can move you. Even if we peel your skin and torture you for days before you die. That's the power of Am Yisrael. That's the power of Chanukah. This is why when the Hashmonaim went to war, Matityahu asked before, Mi Lashem Elai? Which one of my sons, Yehuda, Shimon, Yochanan, Yonatan, Elazar, which one of you is willing to devote yourself 100%? And like the Naziv said, and is not working yourself. What does it mean is not working yourself? That has no interest, personal interest, that can hurt the will of Hashem. Which one of you guys is capable of going and fight a war that intellectually, if you think about it, is a lost war? How can 5 soldiers can go and take down an army? It's like we're talking about 5 Avrahim learning in yeshiva, and they go to war against the whole American army. Is it possible? It's impossible, right? Impossible. Well, they did it. They uplifted themselves to such a level that the Yevanim said themselves, they're stronger than lions. They're faster than eagles. They're quieter than the dubim. How do you call dubim? Bear. The bears. We can't get to them. Elazar, HaMaccabi, would go under these huge elephants, and in a matter of seconds, rip their beten, take down the elephants, and slaughter everybody that was in. Before the next elephant could even realize that the first elephant fell. They were so fast. They were so accurate. Sometimes we get aggravated. Why can't it be successful? I'm working hard. I'm trying. I can't see results. I'm trying my best. Why can't I see results? The Hashmonaim teach us that there's a huge difference between them and us. Every move they made, they were connected and they were saying, Leshem Yichud Kudsha B'Richu. I do this for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's all about Him. It's not about me. It's not about me getting married. It's about me getting married for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's not about me making parnasah. It's about me making parnasah for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's not about me having kids. It's me having kids for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's a big difference. Somebody came to me today and told me that he was, for a long time, giving $20 million a year of tzedakah around. Beautiful. And he told me today, my son is learning in Kollel in Israel, and I can't afford to buy him an apartment in Jerusalem. Rabotai, $20 million a year of tzedakah. And today he can't buy an apartment to his son in Jerusalem. Now, apartment is still expensive, but when you compare that to $20 million of tzedakah a year, it's a big drop. And he tells me, I love giving tzedakah. I need to give tzedakah. I said, you love to give tzedakah, but you're not a Baal Chesed. The person looks at me. He said, what do you mean? I said, if you're a Baal Chesed, then it's not about you giving tzedakah. It's about making sure that people get the tzedakah. Why are you asking me, I want to give? It's because you have ego. You have an ego. When people tell me, but I want to give, I want to be able to give. You know what? You don't want to give. You want to feel good that you're giving. You don't care about the person that gets it. It's not about the person that gets it. It's about your feeling of giving. That's not chesed. That's sheker. That's not tzedakah. A person that really wants to do tzedakah will make sure that tzedakah gets to them. He's not going to work hard to make sure that he wants to give. I'm going to tell you something, it's pathetic, but it's emet. Mamash, it happened. On Purim, Rabotai, 2 years ago, somebody comes to me and tells me, maybe you have tzedakah, there's a family, Mamash. They have nothing. They have nothing. Can you please help them? I said, Vaday? What? I said, who are they? He's like, please, don't tell anybody, because if you tell them, they're all going to give them, and I won't be able to give them anymore. Be'emet! It sounds pathetic, right? It's like, don't tell anybody that this family don't have, because then everybody's going to give them. And I won't be able to be the one giving them. You're laughing. Well, you're laughing at yourself. Because that's how we are. Rabotai, that's how we are. And then we wonder, I give tzedakah. Why Kadosh Baruch Hu is not with me? Why I'm not matzliach? I'm trying my best, it's not getting anywhere. Because you're working for yourself. You're not working for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The Chashmonaim didn't care about themselves. Chanukah is not about yourself. It's about connecting to the Or HaGanuz, to this hidden light that allows you to see the emet, to differentiate between working for yourself, between egocentrism and a real dvekut b'Hashem. That's why on Chanukah we light the Chanukiah at night. And that's why it's so important. Like the Shulchan Aruch says, mitzvah chashuva ad meod, to light the Nerot Chanukah, so that we can yearn this koach ha'emet, so that we can get inspired and be able to remember that in this darkness of the galut, there is a light shining inside of us. And that's the neshama that allows us to unify, to connect, and feel what you understand. Feel the emet, understand the emet, and act upon the emet. And that's why we're not allowed to use these nerot. Because if you use these nerot to read, that's Ele Elokecha Yisrael. It's for you, Habibi, these nerot. Right now, you want to be able to eat a nice meal with your wife, a romantic way? Don't light 2 candles. Put the Chanukiah on the table. Ele Elokecha Yisrael. Stop fooling yourself. This is what Chanukah is about. Chanukah is about revealing the neshama that's in you. The need to connect to the emet. And to remind ourselves, we're not supposed to struggle. We're not supposed to fail. We're supposed to be the Chashmonaim. We're supposed to be Lemala Me'ateva. The Nes of Chanukah, after the Chashmonaim came back and won the war, well, everything was miraculous. And that's why a portion of oil that was supposed to last for a day lasted for 8 days. Why 8? Because 8 is Lemala Me'ateva. 8 is Lemala Me'ateva. This is what Am Yisrael is about. And this is what Yavan, this is what America, this is what China, this is what Europe is trying to make us forget. That we are Lemala Me'ateva. We can do things at complete different levels. A few years ago, I was invited by the King of Morocco to Morocco and have, don't laugh, a Shabbos dinner meal by his house. And somebody there, for political reason I cannot say who, asked me a very interesting question. That person asked me, how is it that you Jews, with all the respect and love for Am Yisrael, are so powerful? You're the best in technology. You're the best lawyers. You're the best businessmen. You're the best doctors. You're the best accountants. Every time we hear about a breakthrough, there's a Yid behind. And I'm sure that you have a secret that you don't want to share with anybody. And I ask you, with all the power that was given to me, I want for the answer. So you can imagine I'm in Morocco, in front of a very important person. I have to make sure that I give a proper answer. If not, I would not have been here giving shir today. So I start mumbling, and I have obviously the answer, but so I said, listen, there's two answers. One of them is a religious answer, but there's a secular answer. So the answer is, and he stops me. He said, whoa, 1 second. I don't want the secular answer. I want the real answer. So I said, no, he's like, I want the real answer. So I said, Am Yisrael has a neshama. Am Yisrael has the Torah. When we bridge the Torah with the neshama, we elevate ourselves above the nature, and we can see everything in a complete different way and light. Now, why didn't I want to say such an answer? Because I'm basically telling him, and you'll never get there. It's a dangerous answer, considering, the circumstances.
And the king of the earth?
Adkan. I don't want to give more details on what happened. So, Rabotai, the Goyim themselves understand that we are above nature. Understand that we are made to succeed. Understand that we have a secret in every one of us. And a power that allows us to get further than anybody. My question is, how come we don't see it? How come we don't want to accept it? How come we need proofs that it exists? How come? Why are we so narrow-minded? The answer is, Ele Elokecha Yisrael. Because we don't want to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We don't want to feel like we have a boss looking at us at all time. Like I think it was Ben-Gurion when he met the President of America. So the President of America asked him, I don't understand. You guys are a few millions and you always have balagan. Me, I have 60, I don't know, million of people, and everything goes halak. And his answer was, well, we have 6 million presidents. We want to be president. We want to be a boss. Nobody wants to work for anyone. We are egocentric. We want to focus on the ele. We don't want the me. Comes Chanukah and tells us in the choshech, in the me, we can be zoche to the light of the Or HaGanuz. We can be zoche to reveal the secrets and elevate ourselves to influence the world in very magical ways. Baruch Hashem, to me it's very clear that this CHAZAQ organization is about the kol, the midat kol. I see how the shlichim of CHAZAQ are totally immersed and focused on the Kiddush Hashem, on the love of Hashem. By them it's all about the Chanukiah, the Ner Chanukah in the Choshech. They are the Nerot Chanukah throughout the year. They are the Or HaGanuz in the Choshech of America, the Choshech of Edom, the Choshech of Yavan. And it's for me a very big pleasure to be mishtatef to this amazing Irgun. I want to thank whoever is in charge of this beautiful work. And I pray to HaKadosh Baruch Hu that everybody in this room and all Klal Yisrael should be zoche to always live by the kochot ha'elokim, to see the me, to understand how to direct the ele towards the me, to be zoche to the elokim, that all your ishtadluyot should be mitbarchot, you should be matzlichim in all you do, and be zoche to the Ora and Sof, Amidgale bimhera b'yameinu, Amen ve'amen.